So here we are in Scotland Street, the site of the now famous 44 Scotland Street novels, and I'm here with the author of the novels, Alexander McCall Smith, who's about to go and take us to where they're set, hopefully.
Yes, well, I don't know if we'll find number 44, but let's have a look.
Okay.
This is the bottom of Scotland Street. It's a very nice, quite short street in Edinburgh's New Town. It's a very atmospheric part of town, actually. It's very nice.
And why did you choose to set the novels in the new town of Edinburgh? Because there are so many different bits of the city.
Yes, I did that because of the character of the place. It's full of interesting people. It's a very, very beautiful bit of town. The Georgian New Town has been really quite well preserved. And it's very much a lived-in bit of the city. And in some cities, the centre has been depopulated.
Yeah.
But in Edinburgh, people still live in the centre, which is very nice. A lot of character. And some of the more expensive streets have become a bit more exclusive. But
Yeah.
Scotland Street still has that nice
Bohemian
character.
edge.
Yeah.
And so all of the characters who live in the house, they're a real mix of people, aren't they?
They are a mix of people, yes. You get a lot of eccentrics in the Edinburgh New Town, and Scotland Street really has had more than its fair share of eccentrics.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. It's something in the air or the water or whatever it is.
And so we've got number 41 here.
Yes. Well, number 41. And
then
what do we find over here? Number 43.
Right.
And then
That's it.
that seems to be it.
So
Right.
44 would be about there then?
It would be about there, but I'll come clean. I invented 44 because I couldn't really put a real house into the books because the people would be pestered by journalists and film crews and people like that.
People like us.
People like you, yes, yes.
And we were talking about the different types of people who live in the house, and they are real sort of Edinburgh types. You've got the pushy mum who does a lot of yoga, and her extremely precocious child, and then the chartered surveyor who likes to play golf,
yes.
and the sort of upright older lady. And
Yes.
do you think, did the people of Edinburgh mind being sort of caricatured like this?
People never mind being caricatured because what you find is that they see the type, but they see it in their friends. They never see it in themselves.
And Scotland Street really is absolutely rooted in Edinburgh's New Town, so perhaps we could go and have a look at some of the other locations.
Certainly, let's do
go
that.
and do that.
So this is where Ian McIntosh lives. Ian's the illustrator of the Scotland Street series. And indeed, this knocker here is used in the illustrations of the door.
Yes, I was going to say it looks very familiar.
There we are, shall we? There we are.
Hello.
And there he is. Hello, Ian. This is Sarah.
Hi, lovely to meet you. Wow,
Right.
this is amazing.
Take a seat.
Thank
have a
you.
seat.
Here we've got some of the illustrations that Ian has done. This is the latest Bertie book, latest 44 Scotland
Right.
Street book. Bertie plays the blues.
And Bertie is your precocious.
He's the six-year-old hero. He's a wonderful child who has a very serious mother problem. There's a very major problem in Edinburgh of excessively pushy mothers, way above the national average.
Really?
Oh yes.
Do you do some research into that?
Empirical research has been done, which has revealed that 97% of Edinburgh mothers are too pushy.
That is high.
We do need pushy mothers to produce talented
Geniuses.
Genii, yes. And then we've got Ian's tea towel. Well, he does have another one, but he uses this a lot. And then we've got Bertie with the things that occur in Bertie's mind. Fried Mars bars, psychoanalysis, friends, mother, a dog, saxophone. And that sums it up.
And
from
there
those small
is
boys.
his mum.
And there's his
Irene.
mother, and she's got a little picture of Mozart there just to make the point. This is Cyril, who's the dog belonging to Angus Lordy, one of the characters. This is a phrenological analysis of the brain, and Edinburgh was a great centre for phrenology.
Was it?
In the 19th century.
Why do you think it was so interesting in Edinburgh?
Because people had very big brains in Edinburgh. Still the case. It's a very, very clever city.
But like Bertie.
They like Bertie. And you see, the dog's brain is loyalty, smells, bones, and angst. That's because he's an Edinburgh dog.
Right.
Dogs elsewhere don't necessarily have the angst,
angst.
bit in their brain.
So Ian, you've been involved in this project from the get-go, haven't you?
From the very beginning, which seems 40 years ago, but it's been excellent fun because we've done exhibitions, we've done all sorts of spin-offs, and some jobs I do go away very quickly, but this literally has shelf life.
And where did you get the inspiration for the characters in particular?
You feel it is this locale, so you kind of know, you know the types. Sandy doesn't always put descriptions, but I kind of feel that I know who he's talking about, and certainly there are a few Berties. There's been a few Berties in this street, lots of galleries, lots of precocious children, goes with the territory.
So there is a gallery in the books, but this isn't
This
it.
isn't it. This gallery is run by Guy Peploe, who's the grandson of the famous Scots colourist S.J. Peploe. And Guy appears in the Scotland Street books as himself.
Ah.
They do put real people in with their consent.
He doesn't mind, though?
He doesn't mind, no. And I show him what he's going to say in one of the books, and he says that's fine, usually. Sometimes he says
So
he
he
might.
gets to sign off on it?
Yes, yeah. Shall we go in and meet him? I remember, Guy, how you came into the Scotland Street books in that in the first book we had an issue about a painting which was thought to be by S.J. Peploe, who you may know is your grandfather. And there was a great discussion about whether indeed it was the real thing or whether it was something else. And you sent me an email message saying there'd be absolutely no difficulty in ascertaining whether this was the real thing, because you'd be able to tell.
I did. I dropped an email in, slightly cheeky. And the result, I think, was a conversation in the back garden here on a lovely sunny day.
That's right.
Where you, in your usual gentle way, sort of asked how I would like to appear and if I would like to appear.
I was very pleased that you did send that message, because I'm always looking for real people to put into my books. The readers really like that, and they feel that it adds something to the story. Do you get people occasionally saying to you, "I've read about you in one of the Isabel Dalhousie books"?
Yes,
or
Guy
did you-
Peploe, based on a character who appeared in 44 Scotland Street. I might be my kind of my byline, but yes, no, that's right, and I think it has added greatly to the kind of richness of the books.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Guy, and you'll be appearing again in the books in having various adventures. You never do anything terribly adventurous. In fact, really, as far as
Nor do
I
I
know.
grow any older. I'm
No,
pleased
you
to know.
don't. But as far as I can work out, all you ever do in the books is have coffee.
A reflection of the real world, I think.
So now we're going to another one of the locations from Scotland Street books, and a very important one, Big Lou's Cafe.
Yes. Well, this is Glass and Thompson, which is a little bit different from Big Lou's Cafe, but very similar in some respects. And some of the people whom you would meet in Big Lou's, you will meet in Glass and Thompson's. This is slightly fancier than Big Lou's Cafe in the books. In the Big Lou wouldn't go in for quite as many varieties of coffee as you'll be able to get in this place. It's very useful for me because novelists, I think, are always looking for locations. And it saves you having to invent places. If you use the right places, then if they're right on your doorstep, why invent them?
Well, since we're here, maybe we should finish up with a cup of coffee inside.
After you.
Thank you.